Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hunter with Rebel Outdoors, and today we're going to be talking about a product I've been using for almost a year now and kind of fitting with hunting season coming upon us. So I thought today we would take a look at my Bino harness setup. So let's get into it. Kicking things off, this is an Eberlestock Recon modular chest rig system, and the thing that I like about this is you can kind of customize this the way that you want. So where these pouches are on the side, you have these strips of moly that you can web any kind of pouch on if you want. So you can add whatever kind of pouches you want on either side of this thing, and then on the bottom it does have some Velcro here. So that way you can have essentially kind of like a dangler if you're in like the tactical world. They do make a couple of different attachments on here. I'm waiting for their hand warmer, which just kind of hangs on here, and you know, you can put a hot hands in there and keep your hands warm while you're in the tree stand or out walking around or whatever. So I have this thing set up for pretty much what is going to be my everyday hunting endeavors. We are getting ready to head out to Nebraska here soon to go on a mule deer hunt, so kind of more so geared towards that, but I'll get into that. So the back strap has tons of different adjustments. It does have some additional moly on the rear here. Now you could do like a hydro bladder. I have one that I just kind of throw over top of this if I'm like going on the stalk or anything like that. But it is definitely a very, very comfortable Bino harness. So starting over here is where I have my rangefinder, and this is their rangefinder pouch. And the thing I really like about not only the rangefinder pouch, but the Bino harness is the same way, is it has magnets. So when you're using it, the flap will magnet itself down here so it stays out of your way. And it does have this nice little bungee lanyard and plenty of room. It's felt lined so things will stay quiet, and plenty of range, plenty of space for whatever kind of rangefinder you want. And whenever you're done with that, just go ahead and magnet it back. And then going on to this other side, this is kind of just their universal pouch and has a couple different pockets here. Has this just elastic one, which I have some little wind detector and a little chalk stuff you spray in the air, kind of get a wind direction. And then I do like these really big pull tabs that it has on here. It makes it easy with like gloves or anything. And in here, not if I'm hunting in like Michigan, but seeing how we're going out west, I have my little Garmin wrist GPS. In here I also keep my little lens cleaner and the light for my HHA bow sight. And even with all that stuff in there, I still have plenty of room if, you know, I want to throw whatever else in there. The whole back is this nice mesh padding, so it is very comfortable to wear. And then this is that Velcro that I mentioned earlier. It does have this bigger pocket behind here, so you can see I just have a right in the rain, which is used for scratching down any kind of field notes, or if I'm doing like a rifle hunt, gathering data, things of that nature. And then on either side you do have these elastic pockets, and then in here I just have a little pocket knife kind of stowed away in there. This one I don't usually carry anything in quite yet. I'm sure I'll find something to throw in here. This would be nice for like the little bow hangers, you know, you could stuff those in there. And then in this little front pocket here, again, you have the big pull tab zippers. And I'll just keep like my tags. I keep one of these little Magpul wallets in here. I like this clear side because usually I have my base license in there and I can flash them, but I have that with my fishing stuff at the moment. And then I just have a little set of Torx bits, which can be used for Allens if I gotta tighten anything up. And then along with the right in the rain, I actually carry 2 carpenter pencils in here. It's pretty much a full one that I cut in half and then sharpened both individually. Because if you've ever been writing and lost one, and you're kind of screwed, so it's not fun. Yeah, it does have these 2 individual pockets there that, you know, you could store whatever else. So moving on to the actual Bino compartment. Again, it just kind of folds down and magnets to itself. felt line to keep down noise, and I just have some Vortex 10 by 42 Vipers in here, so kind of like a medium-sized bino, but you can see they do have this really nice retention system, and then you can clip that off if need be. And then usually I keep my front covers off, but I'll leave the rear just in case I open stuff and it's bad weather or anything, you know. Which that just kind of lanyard itself to the lanyard of the bino harness. But even with these down at the bottom, you can see there's plenty of room in here if you did want to run a larger set of binos. And then again, you can just close that up. I have used this in rain. I have not used this in heavy rain, so I can't speak on how it did then, but for like a normal rain, it actually worked pretty well. It kept my binos nice and dry and all the other contents inside here. I guess you could waterproof this if you wanted to, but yeah, it's just kind of up to you what you want to do. So when it comes to picking out a bino harness, I think it's important to have a good quality one, because the last thing you want to do is be messing with gear that just does not work the greatest. Yes, it's better to have something than nothing. I'm a huge fan of Vortex. I know a lot of their binos come with a harness, and that's currently like what my wife is using on her setup, but I wanted to upgrade to something a little bit more serious, have a little bit more options, and it's just more well built than, you know, some of the cheaper bino harnesses that you'll get. Plus, it's just nice having some place to store all of your gear up front, you know, stuff that you're going to need like readily available to you, such as like a rangefinder or like a wind detector, your binos of course, things like that. So I'll definitely be continuing to use this for a little while. I've really been wanting to try out the Kuiu bino harness, so I might be getting one of those and kind of doing like a little comparison video to how that stocks up to this, but this is definitely a really nice system. So I know today was kind of a little bit shorter video, but I definitely want to kind of get more into the hunting side of things. I've been hunting ever since I was a little kid, and especially with me being out of the military now, it's something I want to pursue a little bit more now that I'm home. So be sure to stay tuned, like, subscribe, comment. Always down to answer questions. Hit the little bell to get notified when I post every video. So I try to post one once a week on Fridays or Saturdays. And until then, we'll catch you guys in the next one.